Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Noise and welcome back to Stoneblock 2. It's been a while. So yeah, you might have wondered where videos have been. I haven't posted anything for about a week and a half or so, and well, the main reason is I got sick. I got really sick, not like anything serious, but it was enough that I was tired all the time and lost my voice. I am still coughing, so I'm gonna try my best to get through this episode without too much coughing or anything like that. But it is definitely something that could happen. But yeah, so I got sick and spent pretty much a week in bed, sleeping and relaxing and recuperating. So I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better. Definitely feeling better with the energy wise, but still a little bit of a runny nose and cough. So hopefully that doesn't bother this episode too much. But as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of work. So last episode we got this amazing reward, the garden cloche, which is awesome. In fact, I'm going to start using it for wheat right now because last episode we were planning on working towards farm animals, specifically the chickens and the fluid cows that are amazing. And we made this ground trap, which wasn't working, so I added a little bit more grass. I also added some water. This is not necessary. I added the water so that if we wanted to put any animal baits, we could. But this is working quite well. Getting a lot of stuff, and also did a little bit of farming with getting some black mystical flowers so that we can get some black dye, because we're going to need that for the cow stuff. But all in all, just kind of planning. That's what I've been mostly doing. So we have this nice round room, and this is what our room is going to be look like. At least the general shape. It's going to be kind of domed. Actually, it's going to be kind of, well, torus. If you know what a torus is, it's going to be kind of like a donut. It's going to be flat on top, but it's going to be rounded, and that's the idea of the central room. And then we're going to have floors. We're going to have a lower floor and a upper floor. And this is where all of our storage system is going to be, plus all of the automation for the storage system, but not the automation for like machines and whatnot. That will be with the machines over that way. And we're also going to be putting the floors a little bit apart so that I can have 3x3 tunnels to run wires all over the place. And so that is kind of the idea. And that's what I'm going to be working on a little bit. Now, last episode we made the nether seeds from mystical agriculture, and I got a bunch of netherrack. I still have some nether essence, and I was able to get enough cobalt to get one piece of the hammer to be cobalt. So it's a little bit better. It was a little bit faster, but not by much. I'm gonna have to continue working on getting more cobalt, but today what I want to do is I want to continue working with getting all of the farm animal stuff together, and then just kind of starting to plan out everything else. So one thing I want to talk about, and this is the main reason I'm kind of bringing you guys in for this episode, is because I want to do a little bit more building and all that kind of stuff, but I want to talk about my plans before I actually do it. Not for any reason other than I just want to talk about what I'm planning on building. So we have this rounded room, and it's going to go in all four directions. And from these four directions, they might not be level. Not everything will be on the same y-axis. So the factory, for example, this is going to come into a top floor, and then down below is going to be a much bigger room. This room will be very squarish. The farms, on the other hand, are going to be, we're going to have a staircase probably about midway in this tunnel, or maybe at the end of the tunnel, that goes down to a pasture with various things, and then we'll have like mob farms and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm going to have to build a lot, dig out a lot of space. The other areas, I don't know. Probably to have some variation. The magical area will probably go upwards. And then that, I don't know. We'll figure that out later. Anyways, I did add one thing, by the way. Just some automation for the smeltery. This will get moved into the machine factory eventually. But let's get into today's episode and actually get to work. I've spent enough time talking. So what we're going to do is we are going to be working towards getting just some basic chickens and some basic cow materials just so that we can, actually maybe, get some resources collected and go from there. So I'm going to need to take drinks this episode. Apologies for that, but it'll help me not cough. So let's worry about the chickens first. So the first thing we need to do is get a chicken catcher, which requires an egg and a feather, which is why we made that ground trap. I don't have any sticks on me right now. Let's grab just a bunch of sticks. And we should be able to make the chicken catcher. Now this thing is super duper important. And in order to finish this up, we're going to need a chicken, which luckily we have. We have a spawn chicken egg from our market right here. And we'll probably end up using that more later, but we spawn a chicken. And now we have caught a chicken. So with that, we can start looking into a couple more things. First thing we're going to get is our random reward, which is an Invar hammer. That is boring. Let's actually drop off the raw duck, which I don't know why there's duck meat. Chicken, rabbit foots, rabbit's hides. We don't really need that. We'll keep the leather and the feathers on us. We don't need the bones. We'll keep the eggs on us. We don't need the seeds right now. All right. So with that one done, we're going to make a couple of things. We're going to make an egg nest, and we're going to make a roost, and we're going to make a chicken breeder. We are going to need some seeds. So this is all going to require a bunch of hay bales. And we'll have the chicken the chicken egg nest, and then 2 of these with a roost and a chicken breeder. So bunch of rewards. Fun house will have a chicken breeder. This will allow us to, it uses 2 seeds per successful breeding. Having multiple of a specific chicken in the slot will increase the speed. Interesting. I wasn't sure how that was going to work. Okay, so collect that. We get a building gadget. The egg nests, I've used those before. We've used those before. Do we have any glowstone? We'll have to go look. But the egg nest is super useful. So let's talk about this stuff before I get too distracted. So the chicken breeder does exactly what it sounds like. It breeds chickens together. We're going to go with the roost method of all the chickens instead of using the chickens in general. So what is it called? More chickens and chickens, I guess, is just what it's called. We're going to go full out roost this time. Just because, why not? We did in Stoneblock 1 the hatching the chickens with the egg nest and then breeding them together directly. That is not a bad thing to do, but I think with all the entities, it's going to be a lot nicer to not do it that way. Now, I want to grab some wood. We're going to get a little bit of a fence area. We're also going to need glowstone. So let's see if we have any glowstone, because I actually don't know if we do. We'll want a redstone lamp is what we want the glowstone for. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can make a lever. So we're going to make a redstone lamp. That is a heat lamp, basically, for the chickens. We'll make a lever. And then I want some fences. Just some basic fences. That's not how you spell fence. So we're going to need something like this Those are fence gates. So apparently it's like this. I don't make fences all that often, if you can tell. So with this, we can set up just a basic little, well, chicken farm, chicken hatching area. Eventually, we'll probably want to make multiple. In fact, let's make one more egg nest right now and put that there. You know what? Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll put a redstone lamp. Now, this is obviously a temporary setup. I should get another redstone lamp. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make this a little bit nicer. And this is one thing that I can't wait to have a really good applied logistics system up and running. We can put all of our inventories all in every like sector. So in other words, we don't have to run back and forth all the time to collect things that we might have forgotten to grab. So let's grab this. Let's get a fence gate, so other way around. I just made the fences and I already forgot how to make them. That's how bad it is to make fences. So we're going to put down another redstone lamp, which, by the way, does it talk about that in this? No, but I do know that this works. We did this in the Stoneblock one. So we'll get the redstone lamp. And then what I want to do is just have like a fence gate here, just with a little bit of space so we can, that's a really nice animation, just so that we can, you know, kind of get in here, and we should be able to power both. And we're going to place down the orange chicken eggs, and yeah, that's it. So we have the egg nest, we have a roost and a chicken breeder. So we can complete these quests. Simple alloy smelter, and the roost is how we're going to farm the chickens. So one thing we're also going to want to do is we're going to want to turn this egg into another chicken, which we'll do after those guys are done. So we'll go ahead and get this. Now the cool thing is you can have up to 16 chickens in a single roost. If you remember the end of Stoneblock 1, if you watched that, we had a bunch of roosts with a bunch of emerald chickens trying to get EMC. That's going to be a little bit easier in this one, to be perfectly honest, but yeah, it is something we can do. It is something that is kind of nice to do. Let's just get rid of some stuff in our inventories. And the only things we need to make now, other than, you know, the chicken seeds, which we'll get to eventually, we're gonna have an orange chicken, which yellow. It doesn't have all the chickens here. We are gonna probably make pretty much all of the chickens, but the roost collector is the next thing we're gonna make, and that requires a chicken. Okay. So that might be a little bit later, but we can go ahead and make some of the stuff now. So I think if we do this, that'll make a hopper. Then we can do a chest, and all we need is the extra chickens. Okay. So let's take a look at our orange chickens. How are they coming along? 27%. So it's going to take some time, but we can actually speed it up. And that will go really, really quickly. And then the question is, can we put a normal egg in here? So there is the orange chickens. And we can put a normal egg. Now these guys are going to take a little bit of time to grow up. So we'll just leave them in there and they'll eventually grow up. So I guess what we could also do is go ahead and put down the roost. And we'll just put that right here for now with a chicken in it. Now the chicken will very slowly, unless we, speed things up, produce. And eventually, that's not even max, is it? Eventually it will make different things. Now a normal chicken will give us probably eggs, feathers, and that's about it. Looks like just eggs. Let's see. Yeah, it just produces eggs. That is perfectly fine. So we'll get more eggs from him, and that will be awesome. Now we can also put the chicken breeder down, and seeds plus both chickens will give us more chickens. And so what I kind of want to do right now is should have plenty of seeds. We'll get that stocked full of seeds, and we're going to breed just normal chickens. Now, chickens also have stats. The stats will determine how quickly they produce, how much they produce, and just in general how good they are. We're going to take you out for right now. We're going to put you there. Once you grow up, which we can speed that up a little bit with seeds. 12 minutes, yeah, we can speed that up very much so. And 30 seconds. So we'll speed that up just so we can have 2 adults, and then we can make more chickens. And we'll just let this set and it will make more chickens. And hopefully some of the stats will be better. There's 3 different stats which we can look at with this. So we'll need an egg and a compass. So if we have some redstone nearby, that's going to be really easy to make. And we do. The only thing is I need to break down a block of iron. There is the compass, and I don't currently have any eggs on me, but there is some eggs over here. So far, not too bad. Adult chicken, pop them into an item, and then we can breed them. And that is going to take some time. We can speed it up though. It's still going to take some time. Let's grab some eggs, and we can combine these to get a chicken analyzer. Now I can see when I look at these chickens what their tier is, their growth, their gain, and their strength. So strength is, at least for chickens, I believe, like how likely they are to pass on their statistics. Gain is how much you get, and growth is how fast you get it, I believe. And we got some more chickens. So we're just going to let that sit for a little bit. And I realize we have everything on us, so we can just do that right here. And we can make the roost collector, which apparently does not like being crafted. But the roost collector we can place down, and this will collect everything from every roost. So if there is something in here from a chicken, it'll show up in here. Has more inventory. We can have, I believe these collect from a 9x9. It says in the quest book. Yes, 9x9 area. And basically it's a much easier way to collect things from a bunch of chickens all at once. So yeah, there we go. These chickens will, I'm going to let these chickens breed for a while, just so I can get a bunch of chickens, normal chickens, and then we will just continue making more stuff. So let's go ahead and collect these rewards. Another cobblestone generator and 2 mechanical crafters. Nothing too bad there. We're just going to dump them off because we don't really need them right now. In fact, I think there's stackables in there. And we can get rid of this and this. So the final thing we're going to work on today, and I know I need to work on getting power and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to dig out a bunch of rooms. Something real quick that we should probably do is make some elevators, because these things are amazing. So we'll just do that. We need 16 wool. And we can actually make it cheaper. Do I want the rotating elevators? I think so. So we're actually going to do this like so. And make 2 rotating elevators. Now, cost a little bit of ender pearls. Had to think what they were called for a second. But what these do is really cool. We're going to put one like here. And we're going to remove all these blocks. And then I just jump and I'm up here now. They are literally elevators. The cool thing about these rotating ones is depending on the direction they face, it doesn't matter which way I look, I will always face that way. So if I look this way, I face that way. If I look this way, I face that way. The rotating elevators basically put you in it rotates you to be facing a direction. We're going to have probably 4 of them around the central point, because this is where our ME controller is going to be. We'll probably have one on each side going both up and down. We'll see about that. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to handle that. And then we're going to probably remove this ladder and put it on the top floor. But yeah, these rotating elevators, we can make just normal elevators. Normal elevators obviously will require 2 more extra wool. But rather than rotating you to a certain direction, it's whatever direction. If you're facing west, you'll be facing west when you come up to the other one. And east, north, whatever direction. So yeah, these things are really, really useful for getting around, and rather than using ladders for just kind of getting to places in the central area, we're going to use elevators. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to not use stairs or anything like that in the other places, but at least for the central area, we're going to be using elevators. It's going to be easier. So, with that out of the way, let's dump off a bunch of things. Let's see. Wheat. Okay, that should be enough. We're going to make some black dye. And I should have... Do I have any... I mean, I know I have bones. Let's just go ahead and use the bone. We're going to use this to make some gray dye. And what we're going to do is we're going to start making some of the cow stuff. Now, fluid cows are a little bit more tricky for us to do much with right now. Mostly because we don't have the room. Grab manure. And we also don't have necessarily the buckets that we need for these various cows. Now, if we want a milk cow, we can get them from loot crates, so that might be what we do. We could also get milk from bait. We should have some cow bait. And yeah, we'll just kind of figure out what we want to do. But we need to get the cow halter. That's the first thing. We needed leather for that, which I've gotten from the bait trap. So there we go. That should be half of a quest. No, that's not a quest at all. We need leather. We need a lot of leather. Now, the rabbit hides we can turn into leather, but probably the easiest way to get leather is to reconstruct zombie flesh, redstone furnace. That's probably the best way. So yeah, we have a lot of things to do with the cows, but we need to make the cow halter. We need to make cow stalls. So we're going to need a hay bale, some iron bars, and some concrete. Now, the concrete was the problem, potentially. We do have some cow bait, so we can always get more cows. Let's see. Hay bale. What else was it we needed? We need concrete. Okay, so I'm going to need more iron. Let's go ahead and just convert all of this into iron ingots. We'll get some iron bars. We just need 4 for now. We will want to make more eventually. We have 4 leather. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can't make just one single cow. I do not have a redstone furnace though, so we'd have to zap these. So 1, 2. Why was it not? That was weird. I was trying to throw it out and it was not working. So we have 8 leather. We have a bucket we can use. We just need to make the cow stall. So we're going to need some sand and a little bit of gravel, which unfortunately is what we do not have currently. But we can get some gravel pretty easily. So to make the great concrete, we need the concrete powder. And eventually we will have a system to automatically make this stuff. But for now, I'm going to have to do it manually. I think we're just going to do this. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And I think that should be the cow stall. So we can make that. That will give us the quest. So we need to fill it with a cow halter. It auto-harvests the fluid from the cow, which can be removed with buckets or pipes. So we can go ahead and take that reward, get a simple sag mill, and the question is, what do we want? Well, we could get lava. I think lava would probably be the most useful, even though we have a really good lava generation. We're going to go for it. So, lava, does it use the bucket? It does not. So there is the lava cow. We'll get a random reward for that. Ooh, epic bacon. That is a really good food source. So we can right click to spawn this cow. And we're going to just put this over here. I want to see what this looks like partially. But I am running out of room. Alright, that is very simple. I cannot right click on it directly, but with the cow halter, how does this work? Right click to pick it up. Alright. And then shift right click to turn it into a displayer. Not entirely sure what that means. And there is our cow. Shift right click to open inventory with an empty hand, and cool. So we have a fire cow, we have a lava cow, we have some chickens, and that is adorable, first of all. So with that, we'll be able to place down a bunch of cows, basically. Cool. So I think that is a good stopping point for today's episode. I am probably going to go relax for a bit and decide if I can record more, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I was able to get through this, but hopefully I can feel back to 100% here soon so I can get back to the swing of things and get a lot of things done. I have a lot of building to do in this place, so that is what I'm going to focus on. But yeah, next time we're going to start getting things set up for our applied energistics and probably a little bit with the machines, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!